Hey everybody, this is Mr. Ainsworth. We're going to get into a lesson here and learn how to rapidly multiply by 25 or any form of it, meaning 0.25, 2.5, 250, 2500, anything like that, even 0.025. All right, so let's go through the method here. It's actually pretty simple for the most part, especially with even numbers. A little bit more difficult with the odds, but hey, it still can be done in your head if you know your basics from previous lessons. So here we go. We know that 25 is 100 divided by 4. Okay? Anybody knows that 100 divided by 4 is 25 because 4 times 25 is 100. All right, so because of that, what we want to do, here are the steps. We want to first, all right, divide by 4. First, divide by 4. All right, secondly, we're going to multiply by 100. Multiply by 100 or vice versa. I think it's easier to divide first personally. All right, but you can always multiply by 100 first, then divide by 4. All right, so what am I talking about? I'm talking about this. So let's suppose that we take 28 times 25. All right, I want to look at the 28, not the 25. I want to divide it by 4, then multiply by 100. All right, so let me start over here. So I'm not going to put an equal sign here because I'm going to show the steps. So this is going to be first step 28 divided by 4, that's 7. Step 2, 7 times 100, 700. And believe it or not, 28 times 25 is 700. It's that simple. All right, you can test it. All right, 28, all right, times 25, boom, 700. So you divide it by 7 and then multiply by 100. Let me show you again. Let's take, I don't know, another one. All right, so 76, I'm just making these numbers up as I go, times 25. You take 76 divided by 4. All right, 4 divides into 7 one time, remainder 3, so that's 36. 4 into 36 is 9, so it divides it 19 times. So this is 19 times. 4 times 10 is 40, 4 times 9 is 36, 40 and 36 is 76. Okay, so you divide it by 4, then you multiply it by 100. So you take 19 times 100, all right, you get 1900. If you don't believe me, let's check it. You take 76 times 25. Look at that, 1900. See? All right, so you divide by 4, then multiply by 100. It works every single time. If you have something like even if you have decimals, okay? Let's say 2.5 times 64, let's say. Still, you do the same thing. All right, you take 64 divided by 4. All right, and that divides in 16 times. 16 times 4 is 64. Then you multiply it by 100. And then you're going to adjust a decimal at the end. So you ignore the decimal in the beginning, okay? I didn't forget about it. Just perform the steps. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 16 times 100. You get 1600. Now adjust the decimal. Now there's one digit to the right, so you adjust the decimal. One digit to the left, all right, it becomes 160. And then you check it. Get your handy dandy calculator out. Take 2.5 times 64. All right, and look at that, you get 160. So the same two steps apply. All right, let's try it a few more here so you can get the hang of it. Even if the other number is a decimal, you can still perform it. So let's say you're taking 25 times, I don't know, 2.4, okay? Check this out. You're going to take 2.4, or actually ignore the decimal, okay? We'll shift the decimal at the end. Take 24 divided by 4, you get 6. All right, take 6 times 100. All right, obviously 600. Now, because there is one digit to the right of the decimal, you adjust it. All right, you adjust it one place left. So the answer actually is 60. And then you check it. 25 times 2.4, boom, right there, 60. You can do all of this in your head, assuming that the numbers are pretty nice. The question is, how do you do it when the numbers are odd? Because you know you're going to have a fractional remainder, right? Because I know you're thinking about that. You're thinking, okay, Ainsworth, that's great. If it's a multiple of 4, it's easy, right? So, but if it's not a multiple of 4, what do you do? Okay, so this is what you do. Let's take a number that's not a multiple of 4. Let's take a simple one like 19 and multiply it by 25. All right, 19. Now, 19 is not a multiple of 4, but so when you divide it, 19 divided by 4, or you can write it like this if you want, if you prefer this. All right, 4 into 19 divides 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16, remainder 3. Because you know your decimals, you know this is 4.75, all right? And then you times it by, whoops, not by 7, but by 100, all right? And you get 475. All right, so 19 times 25 is 475. Check it. Let's do it. 19 times 25, that's 19 quarters, is 475. That's what I got. So all you have to do is know your basics from previous lessons. Yes, you have to remember what you learned in the past. Okay? Now, one example is not enough, so let me do it again. So let's say you got 27. That's not a multiple of 20 or of 4 either. Okay? Times 2.5. You take 27 divided by 4. Or you can write it like this, 27 divided by 4. Okay, divides in 6 times, remainder 3, so that's 6 and 3/4 again. That's 6.75. All right, you got to multiply it by 100, so 675. All right, but now because you got one decimal to the right, or one digit to the right, you adjust it. All right, you get 67.5. This is actually 67.5. And if you don't believe me, okay, let's do it. 27 times 2.5. 67.5. Now you're saying, Ainsworth, that's great, but okay, I still don't have enough examples, so let's try another one. But let's do not a decimal, but let's do like either 250 or 2500. So let's take 2500, let's say, and multiply it by, oh, I don't know, 48. Okay, so here we go. So 48 divided by 4 first, that's 12. All right, then you take, multiply it by 100, you get 1200. Now that can't be the answer. It's got to be way big. I mean, 48 times 2500, that's huge. Notice, you got to use your number sense. You have to shift the decimal to the right now because I'm not multiplying it by 25, I'm multiplying it by 25 times 100. So you have to adjust the decimal and it becomes 120,000. All right, so you have to adjust the decimal when needed. Let me write that down. So adjust the decimal when needed, and you have to kick in a little bit of number sense because if you don't do that, you're not going to get the right result. Okay, so let's check that before I move on. 2500 times, all right, 48. Look at that, 120,000, okay, which is what I came up with. All right, so one more time. Let's take something like 52 times 0.025. Check this out. You take 52 divided by 4 first. 4 divides into 5 once, remainder 1. So that becomes a 12. 4 into 12 is 3, so this is 13. All right, so 13, 4 times 13 is 52. Then you multiply it by 100. So you get 1300. All right, but then you got to shift the decimal. There are 3 digits to the right, so you got to shift it 3 places to the left. All right, it becomes 1.3. So this is equal to 1.3, and then you check it. 52 times 0.025. Look at that, 1.3, as I said. This stuff, dividing by 4 and timesing by 100, you can do in your head. Okay, if you know basic mathematics like your multiplication tables from elementary school, you can do this. Okay, I know you can. It just takes practice. And that's what you need. Okay, that's why we're going to do an activity, guys. Okay, so go for it. Do your activity, check with either your calculator or with your partners, and I'll see you in my next lesson. This is Ainsworth. See ya.